Welcome to Jumanji.
That is insane.
Jumanji, the VR adventure, released on Steam on the 17th of January 2018 and was made by Sony Pictures Virtual Reality and MWM Immersive, a studio previously known as Reality One. This VR movie tie-in for Jumanji released a whole month after the movie was released in theatres, which is a strange move, especially for something that is essentially a promotional advertisement to get you to go and see the movie. Graphically, Jumanji the VR adventure isn't impressive. In fact, it's actually pretty bad, but as we all know that with VR, graphics isn't everything, especially if the gameplay is solid and interesting and uses VR to its full potential. Unfortunately, that's not the case with Jumanji. The gameplay is so basic, it makes playing the game tedious and boring.
Amazing. I must say, you're as great as I hoped you'd be.
Your role in this saga is to direct a mini-rock along a linear path to free his colleagues from a faceless group of enemies whose intentions are unknown. You do this by moving boulders, blocking his path, creating bridges from tree trunks, and instructing the rock to unleash his finely honed fighting skills on the bad guys. The whole thing is actually timed. There's a 10-minute timer that sits predominantly at the top of a huge rock face at the end of the level. However, this is almost irrelevant, as you can easily finish the game within a 10-minute time limit given, even if you ignored all the collectible timers that adds more time to your clock, so it just makes the time challenge completely irrelevant. There's also no challenge when it comes to fighting either. The rock easily dispatches enemies with his moves, and if you want to give the little rock a break, you can simply take out the enemies yourself. The player movement to navigate around the map is awful. You press and hold the thumbstick on the Oculus touch controller and move your arm in the direction you want to go to move around the map. This will be really disorientating for players and will quickly bring on motion sickness for those that are new to VR. Audio-wise, the music is fine. It's the voice acting that really had me laughing. The rock has 2 lines, and you'll just hear these 2 lines over and over and over again. When you finally reach the end of the game, the experience has one final dig at you and makes you scream, "Jumanji!" to ensure everyone close around you knows what you've just done. You can't even keep this one as your dirty little secret.
Save Jumanji and call out its name.
Jumanji!
Once you finish the level, which will take you under 10 minutes, that's the end of the game. There isn't any further maps or gameplay to be had. Of course, you could go back and play through the whole thing again, but why would you? As Jumanji is based on a board game virtual reality title would have been better suited, where you can play with other players, move around a board game and experience mini-games together based on plot points from the movie. It would have been just much better suited, and then the price point would have been justified. I'm sorry, Rock, but this is possibly the worst VR title I have ever played.
Don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, it's gonna be okay.
Jumanji, the VR adventure, is definitely one to avoid.